Ayomai Rese. And it is time for today's edition of the Grapevine 981. Now it's a very special one, but before I let the cat out of the bag, for those who are watching us on YouTube, you already know what's going on in the studio. However, I'd like to introduce, of course, very special, distinguished analyst, James Silas.
Yeah.
Hey. Morning. How are you doing today?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We're so great. We're so glad to have you always, James. Always is somewhere
Same
around.
here.
Somewhere around. Hopefully, he'll be here very shortly. But today is a very special edition. So, last edition on Tuesday, when we spoke about the first story we talked about was the winner of The Voice Nigeria 2021 season 3. And we even talked about the entire show, what we thought about it, and we promised that hopefully we'll be able to bring them on the show today. Now, guess what? We fulfill our promises as we have the winner of The Voice Nigeria season 3 in the person of Esther.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Esther. How are you? So good to have you on the show this morning.
I'm fine, thank you, Manu.
Excellent. I'm very well, thank you. Good to have you on the show. And guess what? We don't only have Esther on the show because we also talked about the guy that we said that was like a guest artist every week. KPee. Hello, KPee. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm
good to have you on the show. Excellent.
Thank you.
You are blinding me. He's orange. He's wearing. I call it. It's not a jacket. It's a
It's like a track shirt.
Track shirt. Thank you. I'm Gen Z. Okay, it's a track shirt.
Traffic officer.
And guess what? You can hear his voice. You can hear his voice. How can you? How can you have the contestants, the winners now? They're no longer contestants. How can you have the winners without having the coach who coached them? So we have just there, Coach Darey. Hello, Coach.
In the periphery.
In the
somewhere
somewhere
around.
around. It's a full house and we're so excited. We're so honored. Thank you so much. Please show them some love. You can do so by sending a message to our WhatsApp platform 0809 444 0981. Again, I mentioned we're live on YouTube. If you want to see them live, you can go onto youtube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos. I miss Val. So, by the way, Esther, I have a co-host on the show. His name is Valentine. He's under the weather. Valentine claims that you're both from the same village, and he started claiming this when you got into when it was like you had gone to
Semi-final.
Semi-final. I was like, Benyeogo. I know Benyeogo.
He didn't claim it.
No, he didn't. He didn't even know his relative was on the show. It was when he started hearing you hit those notes. He thought, we have this talent in our family. So unfortunately, he's not here. But he said he would have, exchanged. I just wanted to represent him. We miss him, and I hope he does get well. All right. So let's talk about the experience now for both of you, KPee and Esther. It's been a journey. I didn't hide the fact that I was I was following from the very beginning, and I was a huge fan of you both. It was I think the conversations were around who was going to win. Was such a tight final, really tight final. I'm sure James would agree with me. First of all, let me even start with why you chose your coach. I know your story. Like I said, I can write the script. You started with a coach and then you were stolen.
Yeah.
So let me ask Esther first of all, when you went through the blind auditions and you had to choose a coach because that's very critical to the competition. Why did you go with Coach Darey? And he's not here. Don't look at him. I know what you call him, heavenly coach. So tell us, why did you go with him?
So first of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone that supported me. I'm really grateful for your support. I think I already had who I wanted to pick in mind before I came to the show. In terms of music, I looked at other coaches and the music that they were involved with. In terms of music, I'd already read their background story, and I knew that he was actually the one with the highest musical knowledge, and also his genre of music too.
Yeah.
Kind of clicked with mine.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, if I was going to go for anybody, it would be him.
Okay.
And it was something. When I got there, the coaches were pitching. We have the coaches pitch.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
your audition made Waje cry, so they wanted you definitely.
So my spirit just went with him.
Okay, and your spirit was right.
Ah,
Thank God, because
that
you
was
won.
like the best decision ever.
Ah, excellent.
Eva.
Yeah, KPee, let's hear your. Now you didn't choose. You didn't go with Darey immediately. However, he stole you. I think I would like to hear the emotions for you when you thought you were not. You didn't get through immediately. From the battles, I think was it from no wasn't it was it the battles that
It was the knockout.
the knockout stage.
Yeah.
You didn't get through. It looked like you weren't getting an automatic ticket, and then the buzzer went off from Darey that he wanted to steal you. How did the first impression make you feel in terms of not getting through, and then when you now found out you were stolen by Darey, how did that make you feel?
Okay, so I'll try to be as honest as possible.
Please be honest.
So initially I was in Team Files, like everybody knows, and I scaled through the blind auditions. Then for the knockout, I sang Davido's Risky. People liked the performance, and so yeah, I was expecting a straight run to the battles,
Yeah. Oh,
but
really?
somehow Files sent me to the danger zone, and yeah, I want to give him a quick shout out for that. I want to thank him for sending me to the danger zone. It was one of the best things that happened to me on the show. I'm actually really grateful for that. Yeah, and so I was actually sad. You could see it in my face, my facial expression.
yeah.
I was actually sad because I wanted to be on Team Files. But then I had a steal from both Darey and Waje, from Coach Darey and Coach Waje. I thought a bit, and I said, okay, I'll go with Coach Darey.
Okay.
I don't know, I just had a feeling that he would be the best, he'd be the better one to like coach me through the show. And look how it turned out.
Look how it turned
It
out.
was
Look at
awesome.
you. Yeah.
So, KPee, for a moment, I thought you didn't like girls. That was why I went for that.
I thought I didn't like girls. How now?
All right, so we have Oris in the building now. Hello, Oris. How are you?
Hi, yo. Lagos. Try to do what Lagos does, but yes.
So let me just warn you, right? Oris is our Simon Cowell on the show.
Not true, not true, not
Very true.
He's a very sad guy.
wow. I'm the cheerleader, actually. Don't
Yeah,
mind me.
right. But I mean, the seasoned, analysts, and they've been with us for many years. I know they have questions for you. They had a few things. Chef Jeff who was talking about your octaves. Your third, you being confident in your third octave. Me, I was just looking, I was hearing nice music. But people who have an ear for music were saying that we heard power, but they were saying you have even so much more power. So I guess the question would be, one of the things that stood out for you when you were on the competition, Esther, was your stance, and not wanting to compromise in that way. You're very vocal about your faith. Were you discouraged that you were going on what people would term a secular show and how you'd represent? And did you think that would be a disadvantage, or was it a strategy? Because people go into reality shows like this with strategies. Was that a strategy for you?
Honestly, going into the show was an opportunity for me to, preach, evangelize. That was actually the assignment from the beginning. That was the goal, and I wasn't discouraged at any point in time, because you can't give what you don't have. You can't be who you are not. And I was myself throughout the show. This is who I am. So if I try to act different from who I am and what I believe in, it wouldn't work. There were several times where, I had to, like Love on Top.
Yeah.
I had to go up on stage, and I'm like, if I do it this way, I won't really emote the feeling, and so I decided to dedicate it to God, because I knew that I was going to express myself in a different light, entirely. So it was just about being original, and I saw it as a platform to, talk about Jesus. Every day, I don't know about others, but I just really wanted to, come out and talk about Jesus. It was more of an assignment for me, really.
Sorry, then the question then would be this. If the pressure then, I'm sure there was some kind of pressure, no matter what it is, on that kind of a stage, what happens afterwards with regards to your faith, and now that you have this huge platform?
You're assigned to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so what is going to
Universal.
happen now? Is it still going to be purely gospel music, or what's the plan?
Definitely. I think bringing myself, like the originality, who I was for the show, was what made people actually drawn towards me and vote for me. So I don't think that is going to change for any reason. It's not I don't think it's not going to change for any reason.
Okay, well, fingers crossed. Let's
No, she
fingers
said it on
crossed.
air.
All right.
And they said the internet never forgets.
Yeah.
We'll dig up.
So fingers crossed on that one.
Yes.
All right, KP, let me come to you now. I can see already you're waving to your fans. And it almost seemed as if you had a fan base already before going on the show. What would you say? So when you wake up, there's one of the things that people said about you was your swag and your confidence. What inspires that confidence? Beyond, and you have a very good voice, because when you started, you had to go through the blinds to get there. So it wasn't just about showbiz. You have the talent, and then along with the talent, you have the persona,
the charisma,
the charisma of the star. So what inspired? I saw your mom. Your mom looks like she goes to MFM. Or so where did you get this? Where did you get this? Star power, especially since you haven't been in the music business for a very long time.
Okay, talking about my mom, she's not. She's actually a winner.
What is the difference?
We know them. We used to recognize.
Funny, I don't know how to talk about the star power, because I'm just KPee. I'm just this KPee.
Please stop it.
Humble brag.
Yeah, I've always been a fun person from childhood. I always attend parties, dance. Funny how I always take all the dance gifts home with my sister and all that. So growing up, it was part of me, just a fun person. So when I started singing, I had to bring the fun into the singing, so it won't just be plain. Then I'm a Christ Embassy member, and we have that swag naturally. People don't actually see that side of me, but I don't joke with my Lord.
Are you for real?
I may not carry it around like Esther does. She's dedicated to that side. I don't joke with it. I don't. So it's a complete package for me.
Complete. Even look at the answer. Confidence.
Right. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Lagos, Festac Town.
It's Lagos boys swag. That's what it is.
And I have to think it's good you mentioned Festac Town, because Festac has actually produced
quite a bit.
number of
talents, yes.
Shout out to people like Two-Face, people like Sound Sultan will always honor him, and as part of the Voice Nigeria, you also honored him when he passed. These are the heroes, some of the heroes of Festac. So perhaps Festac is about to present another star, or they've already presented another star. To be honest, James, do you want to say anything?
Oh, I mean, not much really. Just to commend them and congratulate them. It was a very close battle, so to speak.
Yeah.
It was actually
it could have gone to anybody.
That final.
Yeah. But truthfully, I was really rooting. I'm not trying. What's it called? I'm not fancy. For real, I was really rooting for Esther actually.
Yeah, I think everybody.
I think from her,
actually.
was it the semi-final or the quarter-final or semi-final? There was this performance she did wearing that whole regalia, the stage lights and everything. I used to give shout out to Live Sport and everybody that did that show. We spoke about on the show as well that it was a locally produced show that looked like it was produced because side by side the digital platform was also showing The Voice America, right?
Yes.
And you can't really tell the difference when it comes to the quality of production. Yes. So shout out to them for that. So Esther did a very good job. KPee too. KPee, like he said, KPee stepped on that. It was like the wild card. He was just like a guest performer every time he came. I don't know why they kept giving him songs that were really popish. Yeah. I'm talking about dancing as well. Yes, he can dance. I mean, remember what he did with when he was performing Rema's. What's that other song? Lady. Yeah, that was another thing that's really threw him up. Yeah, it was really dope. But one thing that I noticed on that show, from Darey's first comment, I don't know if it was the first comment, but along the line, Darey had mentioned something. So Esther is the voice. Even though he said it and then tried to withdraw, like, not really like the voice, but at the end of the day, Esther became the voice.
We were watching.
Don't forget. Shout out, it was a good outing and well done. But where's your hair? I thought you were going to come out now with one thing.
No, and we're going to talk about that. We need to go on a break. But before we go on a break, since we were talking about the coach, I'd like Coach Darey to say something. And that is, I mean, it's your first time. The Voice is in its third season, and this was your first time as coach, and you came up as winner. You must have identified something. One thing we noticed about your choices when it came to the blinds, was that you didn't just pick.
Yeah, particular.
You were very particular about the people that you chose, and it looked like, obviously, your formula worked?
It's in hindsight now. You can say that. It's in hindsight. You guys can say that one now. Then everybody was abusing me.
Oh, were they?
Yes, and we still remain hashtag team. We know the turn anyhow. Yes. No. Well, really, actually, I think mine was just a bit more prominent, right? But all of us couldn't turn anyhow. Why? Because we had slots. Maybe it just seemed like others were turning more than me. Maybe they really did turn more than me. But in reality, each of us could only, I think we only had 6 slots on the team.
Yeah.
So if you really think about it, you have tens of, I mean, we had 60 something people in the blinds, I think, over a couple of days, which is again why you saw that so many episodes were wearing the same thing, was because it was recorded over 2 days, right? And in reality, you can't pick so many people, because if you pick now, you will regret having used that slot. So you really just thinking, man, I really like this voice, but maybe the next one is going to be better. You know, those are the variables that make the show interesting.
Yes.
You know, it really, but the audience, you know, even that kind of feedback is also part of the show, where you be like, this guy, you know, Sabi, you know, it's part of the fun, you know.
Yeah.
And then in terms of strategy, I wanted to pick a team that had a diverse collection of voices.
Yes.
The popish one, the soul singer, the male soul singer, the female soul, you know, so that if at any point in time one of them has to drop off, I still have something that's different to pitch against, you know, the other. It's a war.
You are giving out your war chest or your plan.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just small.
Because it's coming back, and I know that just before the end of the season, they already said, talking about the
season 4 is
loading.
brewing, yeah.
So thank you very much. We're going to break now. When we come back, we have some stories to get through. We're still the Grapevine 91, don't worry. We have stories for you. However, we still have our very special guests in the studio. So if you have questions for them, or you want to say something to them, if you enjoyed the performances, you loved how they carried themselves, you know, during the competition, if you have a word for Coach Darey as to Team No Turning.
Team, we know the turn
anyhow. Sorry. Team, we know the turn anyhow. Send your messages in. The number to, I know sometimes, you know, it's interesting how sometimes when people are listening attentively, that's actually when we don't get comments, because they're like, oh, we forgot. When we're carried away.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned here on Squeeze 98.1, Grapevine 91.
So I have an off-air question. Darey,
Yes, sir.
what is the was there any, did
what
you
YouTube gets.
choose anybody who was like yourself? Or,
Why would you ask this off air?
Okay, you could ask it
No,
on.
on
No,
air,
no,
on air,
it's-
please.
I mean,
The one talent that I had that kind of reminded me a little bit of myself was Jeremiah.
Yes, I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
Just texture.
Yes,
you
yes,
know,
yes,
that
yes.
rich timbre, that basish, yeah.
But that I thought the final was abrupt, man. I didn't see it coming.
Many
Wasn't
people
got Big
didn't
Brother.
want to-
It was something.
Time don't go now.
No, but I thought people would have the opportunity to
That
do at the
was
final.
I think
Both
that
and
was
all that.
17 episodes in total. That's
yeah, but how long did it take from the
you know what had
to get to that
happened?
particular point? Not from the start, but from the final selection to how long was it for voting? How many?
Votes went over
Just the final
Five.
votes. How long was that big?
from the live shows. Votes started from the live shows, I believe.
Yes,
From
no,
the
life.
first, yeah.
Yeah, fam. The
But
life,
from that first live show, where the bottom two, they all first performed, then voting opened.
Yes,
So
yes,
by
yes,
the
yes.
second live show, the bottom
Esther, say hi.
two and
What was
We
the,
have
do you know anything?
KPee.
Do you know anything about the figures? How popular it was
Darey,
in
Coach
terms of voting?
Darey.
in terms of voting,
Yeah. Was there any? Did you guys ever get any figures?
that's beyond my
Oh,
pay,
okay.
my pay grade.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think
yeah.
a report will probably come out soon where you see some of those numbers. I mean, that's why you are interested
Yes,
in,
yes.
to see who got what numbers and
No,
not
participation, I
just
think.
the
More of the
participation.
engagement.
In
That's
terms
of
of like
the-
getting, yes. In terms of
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it was
yeah. I
very,
think
very
that-
popular online, but I wonder if it translated to like the actual
to
voting.
actual, well, it's funny because you can tell that on social media, online,
Yeah.
a lot of engagement.
A whole lot, yeah.
But a lot of people don't put their money where they rather comment
Victoria,
instead of
see you,
commenting.
bro.
Go and vote for your
See you, my
players.
bro.
So, but I don't know the ratios, the actual numbers.
But the
It's
coaches
not
have
just a
any
Nigerian thing. It's everywhere around the world.
No.
You talk
Absolutely
about
not.
the
Not even a percentage.
yeah.
Once we picked our last to go into the live show, that was the
That was it.
that's where I picked Esther, and then everybody picked their own.
Okay.
Yeah. Then all the others were up for votes.
Yeah.
So the last immunity we gave was that
That
one
very
person that we picked.
So we know they turn
Anyhow, you have to write it down. So
That's like
Hashtag
Tim Snobbish,
Team
actually.
I'm telling you.
Tim Snobbish.
And even the way that they're carrying on, I think I even will get more people to really.
We're now wearing it on our chest. Maybe we even do t-shirts.
Maybe you should, yes.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I'll wear it
ahead
for
of the next episode.
I'll wear it for the first
I
blind
swear.
audition.
That's it, man. Don't see it coming.
But the actual reason
Oh,
is because of slots.
Yes, sir.
No, but it makes sense. It makes sense.
So, but what then happens if
sorry,
you guys bump
can I
into
just
one,
go
you're
through
not
the stories with them so that
We have to.
Yeah.
One way or
Go
the
ahead.
other, we have to fill it up.
okay, so we're going to be talking
Like,
about
I
Ashton
couldn't
Kutcher and
pick
Mila
him
Kunis saying
because I
they
had
don't,
run out of-
they only base their children when they're visibly dirty. I don't know if you guys heard that story.
I did.
Ashton Kutcher and
Mila
Ashton
Kunis.
Kutcher and Mila Kunis saying that they only base their children
Yeah, we
when
go
they're
on the
visibly.
buff normally.
They
Normal.
don't.
But it's true.
It's true
Yes,
though.
but
It's
it's
true. They don't. I don't know why it's
It's
news.
their
Maybe it's
skin
just.
color that is deceiving them.
I don't know
And maybe
why.
the weather ourselves, we just feel like, okay, we are not dirty.
Yeah,
Don't go
they
outside.
are
Okay,
doing
then-
sweats
No sand
today,
outside.
yeah.
I'd like us to talk about the one about Toke Makoma reacting, which interestingly she was a co-host. A woman paying $200 to a man monthly makes me sad. That's Kelly Clarkson having to pay spousal support to her husband,
200K.
ex-husband.
Was it?
1,000.
Yeah,
Wow,
200.
I read that, yeah.
About 195
Wow, things they happen, Sha.
195 million.
thousand.
Yes, no, balance.
Okay.
I balance it.
Okay, then if we have time, we'll touch on Kanye West reportedly breaking Apple Music live streaming record for Donda.
3
So those are the
something
three-
million.
Million.
Those are the
Man,
three
they didn't-
stories.
they didn't
Okay,
pull their
let's come back.
stunts.
Meanwhile, he spent $1 million a day for that Benz arena.
Oh, well, that guy's smart.
Sleeping there.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's come back.
No
Yeah,
way.
you need a certain level of
I
eccentricity.
swear.
Yes, you do actually.
And money, yeah.
Money.
And money.
And money.
But
Okay,
Kanye,
studio,
money
we're
doesn't
coming on live. Studio, please. Aramide on there with Forever off the Bittersweet EP. Looking forward to having Aramide join us on the show so very shortly. And by that I mean the Grapevine 981. It's Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. I'm Ayo Myro Essay. And we have our wonderful analyst with us in the studio, James Silas.
Yeah.
And
The famous.
The
The world famous.
World famous.
That is stuff.
You
Let's not even go
James,
there.
James, James,
Let's
has,
not even
James has
go
stolen my
there.
thunder.
Is that-
James has stolen my thunder.
What's the guy saying?
Literally with his voice.
Well, what's the guy saying?
I said you stole my thunder,
Thunder,
James.
so-
That's what I said.
Okay, so you've heard his voice, and I'll come to him. But let me, because he's always so proud of his talents. We have with us from The Voice Nigeria. We recently concluded season 3. The winner, Esther Benyeogo. Hello, Esther.
In case they're just joining us.
Okay, exactly. And top 3, KPee.
Yo, it's KPee in the building.
That's right.
KPee. Too much.
Too much. All right, and then we have Coach Darey in the building as well.
Are they here? We know the turn anyhow.
I'll open up with this comment from Tempo Excel on WhatsApp saying, "How dare you dare Darey?" The
Hey.
real voice of
They know.
a
That's
cheap
an
pump
if you
of
know, you know.
AA up school, up boys.
Up boys.
You
They know.
And this one, they know me reach house. What's the guy's name?
His name is Tempo Excel. That's Tempo.
Wait, so
That
face looks
that face
familiar.
looks familiar. All right, if you're just tuning in, you can join the conversation by sending your message to WhatsApp. WhatsApp number is 0809 444 0981. We're also streaming live on YouTube. And now, this is why we ask you to go on YouTube. There's some things that happen behind the scenes that you don't get to see. We asked some questions. The interview continued. Okay, questions continued. So you can actually go back to the YouTube channel to listen to our conversation off air. YouTube is Smooth 981 FM Lagos, and just get to listen. There's some things that Oris, I trust Oris. When it was, a bit quiet, I was a bit concerned. So he asked a few questions that I think you might want to know what the answer to those questions are. So go onto our YouTube channel after the show, and you can, rewind and watch again. Okay, so I want to get into some stories, right? And we're still going to be speaking with Esther and KPee and, of course, Coach Darey. And but before then, let's talk about a few things to look forward to. So, King of Boys. Who watched part 1? Did you guys
I
watch
did.
part 1?
Everybody in Nigeria did.
Don't say everybody.
I
oh.
did.
Gen Z is a different generation.
Well, it's still on Netflix if they want to catch it before
Esther's like, what's that?
before the sequel.
You people should not.
That trailer is mad though.
Oh, gosh.
That trailer
It
is mad
is,
though.
it's
Meanwhile,
mad.
you know that's BRT Oshodi, right?
Really?
That look like an airport. Yeah, that's the BRT bus
Yes,
station.
yes, the new one.
Yeah, the new one
That is, and just looking, Kemi is a beast in that way.
Yeah.
She is just amazing. And they say that it's coming out on the 27th of August. Now, beyond it being just a film, it's a Netflix original, and it's going to be a 7-part
The first,
series,
please.
limited
The
series.
first
The
Net-
first-
Nigerian Netflix original.
Series.
Yeah,
The
the first movie
Series,
was
yes.
Genevieve's movie.
Yes.
The first Netflix original from
Lion,
Nigeria.
Lion.
Lion,
Yes,
that's
Lion,
right.
yeah.
So the sequel is Netflix's first Nigerian original series. It's a 7-part limited series. We're looking forward to it. If you watch the trailer, and I think she should teach a course in anticipation and suspense.
I
And
beg, I don't agree, please. I'm so angry. I'm so angry.
Why
So
you
displeased.
Whoa. Why?
No, I mean, she's kept shifting. She said that thing about like don't go to work or something. I think anybody who didn't go to work on that last Monday would have been very pissed at her because I was expecting that, you know what, finally.
so you didn't go to work.
That the movie.
You didn't
I
go
work
to
from
work.
home. Thank you very much.
I was
So
gonna-
I didn't have that issue. But I'm sure there are people who probably did not, I'm just like, guys.
All right, okay. So now, did you guys hear about Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis saying that they only bathed their babies when they were visibly dirty? So this means that they said that, we only. How many? Okay, let me even ask you guys. This is honest. We are all real. You have to be real. It's a grapevine.
You don't bath.
Yes.
We are Nigerians.
that question.
We are Nigerians.
I thought we were
please.
going to ask how many
That's
times do you actually
And I
shower a
was going to
day?
ask, and do you have your bath every day?
As
Yes,
Nigerians,
now.
yes, no. Like,
Esther, do you have your bath
I think
every day?
it's normal for Nigerians.
Yes. KP, do you have your bath every
You
day?
guys just bath.
Nigeria is too hot. Nigeria is too hot not
You've
to
been
bath.
bath like 4 times. Sef.
Exactly.
Let me take it a step further.
Oh,
How
that's
many
good.
times in a day do you take a shower? Do you have a bath?
Twice.
Don't lie.
At least
I'm not
minimum
For real.
once. Minimum.
Thank you.
Minimum
Depending on my
once.
mood.
Yeah,
At times you can just be sad and enter shower. The water will run
How do you go from how do you go from bath every day to when
I was going to.
Esther, right?
No,
Esther,
let
are
me
you
reduce
bath?
my wait. No. I bet every day, but
But
the number of time depends on my mood. You understand? If the
it
weather
can be
is-
one or more.
It can be
Or one or less.
Clarify.
It can be none or more.
Meanwhile, these Ashton Kutcher people, they are like hashtag team. We know they bath anyhow.
I love it. So they don't have it. But it's making headlines. I don't know why.
Because
Nigerians.
because we're Nigerians now. We can't understand.
Because bath is a big deal.
Exactly, for us now.
Nigerians.
For them, apparently not. For them, it's like, which is why when you get into the underground in Europe or in the UK,
I was going to say, they don't have a bath every day normally.
Wait,
Normal-
there are Nigerians on Instagram Live. Oh, they say they are in the UK that they don't bath every day.
oh, the Nigerians too.
Like,
Please ask who. I don't want to black.
I think, if you guys are watching on YouTube, please answer
Are
the
you white?
question.
Are you white Nigerians?
You can be anonymous. Don't worry. Protect your identity. Or WhatsApp. Just tell us how many times you have a bath. So me, I just think, okay, news, but yeah, it's making headlines. But we know that even the people that interviewed them, they have a bath every day. They know it's probably. But okay, let me ask. Who do you brush your teeth every day?
We are Nigerians now.
reactions.
Of course we do.
Reactions.
Why not?
Of course we
You
do.
brush your teeth every day?
Here?
The
Reactions.
brushing is even more important than the bath itself.
Exactly right.
You people
With
are
all of our
lying.
pound a day,
Wait,
I'm
maybe
at
Ayo
Egusi.
does not brush every day.
Ayo, just tell us the
Just
truth.
tell
You
us.
can talk to us.
Maybe she comes here very
Your
early.
own identity will be protected.
Ayo, talk to us. I know you can use maybe one of those mouthwash things, but
I
not
just Listerine, just
I have a solution.
Gargle.
I think the real solution
Which
is that
what's
we
the
are
problem?
too bougie in this room. We
Okay,
need
she
to
doesn't
enter the
brush
streets
every
and
day.
ask this question. These people,
No, the street is different.
The street is different.
Ayo.
The street is different.
Where's Sakpala?
We're talking here right now.
Oh gosh, all right, okay. So let us know if you do. I hope you're laughing wherever you are. That's the whole
Yes,
point
somebody
of
said
this.
does Paco count for brushing?
Yes, so it does.
Yes,
it
we
does.
are. Yes. We accept.
Toothpaste is actually technology.
It's words on marble.
This is what?
Technology.
10 points for James Silas.
Please, louder.
Toothpaste is actually technology.
Have you ever brushed with cream, mistaking cream for toothpaste before.
No, maybe Darey
Darey
has.
cause-
Yeah. Darey can talk to us. Darey, you can confide in us, Darey.
Darey, talk to us. Nobody's
confession
listening.
time.
We know they brush.
Alright, so we have Neil Pride saying Esther is really the voice. She's just a great representation of Nigeria to global vocal world. I love every part of her voice. The way she learned from Coach Darey and put advice into practice. She's really amazing. I already scored her performances. She's already this Neil has to be a coach next
That
season.
advice is not
Yeah.
easy. You know, in our world.
It was. I have a bath at least twice, but I brush once or no time at all. Thank you for being honest.
Wow.
But I always brush after eating, not before eating. All right. Thank
Did
you
she
very
say
much,
no?
Neil.
What time at
Neil,
all?
thank
These
you.
people I'm just like, I'm confused.
Noel,
Newell, yes.
when I see you,
He ran away.
At arm's length.
I wear mask. Yeah?
Also, the mask has done us a world of good. Junior, I know. See Sean at the back saying yes.
Yes,
Because
you
now,
smell your breath,
you can
so-
smell. Yeah, you can. You know what you are giving to others.
You know, I don't really think that thing works, but okay.
It works.
It
does.
does.
To help you smell your breath, yes. It
Really?
works.
Some days you wear the mask and you're like, huh? You just go back. And
But if you're not smelling well, you know that one is a different
I know.
symptom.
All right, so one of the things I really liked about The Voice this year was how they promoted women. So for the first time since The Voice started in Nigeria, they had their hosts were female. And then the winners, although that one is not because of the promoting, it was just
That one because of men.
they had so we saw just that promotion of women, and we've gotten to a place where we're talking about equality, fairness, equity, inclusivity. These are words that are being bandied around. However, we ask for these fairness and equity, but when it comes to certain things, we start to say, no. So let's take this story. A woman paying $200,000 to a man monthly makes me sad, says Toke Makinwa. She reacts as judge orders Kelly Clarkson to pay ex-husband almost $200,000 monthly as spousal and child support. So for many people who, of course, you're probably aware that in the US, it's usually who's the richer party. So it's not patriarchal in terms of it has to be the man that would pay spousal support. So whoever is the richer party would pay. We talked about Dr. Dre on Tuesday paying,
$300.
which I think should be more. But yeah, $300,000 to his ex-wife monthly. Now, Kelly Clarkson has been ordered to pay her ex Brandon Blackstock almost $200,000 per month in spousal and child support, which is less than half of what he had requested. Now, Toke, let's go to Toke's comments. We all know we might know the background story, but Toke is the one that wants to focus on. She put up what on her Insta story saying, "God forbid bad thing. Kelly Clarkson ordered to pay." She now put the headline, "As a feminist, I know my last post is wrong. We should strive for gender equality. The right to equal rights regardless of gender, but I think the life of a woman is hard enough. Women don't win all the time, so I'll always write for women. Dr. Dre's wife is getting more, and I know I didn't make a post about it, but something about a woman paying $200,000 to a man monthly makes me sad."
Makes me want to give a long hiss.
let me hear from you guys first of all. I have my thoughts on this, but let me hear your thoughts on this first of all. Wait, hold on, before you talk, before you don't influence that, let me talk to Esther and KPee first. So what do you think? What do you think about a woman paying spousal support to her husband? About this Kelly Clarkson issue?
I don't see anything wrong with it. It's your choice, decision.
So you don't mind if a woman pays her husband to look for.
Well,
But
the
it's not
woman
a
is a
decision.
helper, like supposed to be like a supportive,
This one is not support, so this one is in charge.
It's by law. This is a
Is it
law.
by-
This is
Yeah,
a legal
it's
issue
legal,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not by choice.
So what about Toke saying that even though, okay, let me even start with the feminist conversation. If you're saying that you're pushing for equality for both men and women, should this be an issue then? Should it be an issue that what is good for the goose is good for the gander? So if the man is paying spousal support as a richer party, then the woman should pay spousal support as a richer party.
Actually, I don't see any issue here.
You don't? You are progressive. Me, I see plenty issues, but let me talk to you.
First of
When
all,
KPee
they
says,
are not Nigerians.
Yeah,
First
they're
of all,
not.
when
It's
KPee
like
says
that.
you don't see an issue, do you mean that it's okay for
It's
the
okay.
woman to pay the guy?
Yeah, she can pay him.
And it's just that for someone like me now, the money sounds nice.
It's nice money.
It's just that I think I'll be shy to want to be collecting that money.
I go collect.
First
I
of
go
all,
shy for
Bros, it's electronically. I will collect it in
I'll
Jesus' name.
collect it.
Thank you very much. It's electronic. You don't have to go
Promise.
there and they'll give you your hand like
Promise.
this.
You can't, it's somehow. It's like taking you go out on a date and you now be looking.
No,
at
now
her
it's not the same thing. Now this
Yeah, I
is
know
this
it's
is
not the same,
legal
but it
now.
feels like that. So that every month this woman will not come and pay me money. George, thank you very much, but
Yeah,
you can be
okay.
paying the children, but just leave me out of it.
Are you joking?
Okay, I'm just joking.
Bring
The money sounds
first.
nice. So, but in all fairness, let's even balance it.
Okay, balance.
Feminists, feminists just support whether it is, should I say if it's right or wrong, or if it sounds fair or not. They just support the
The female.
feminine gender.
No, really. Let me stand
Maybe
as
not
a
in all
woman.
cases.
Yes, not in all cases. I have
But
to speak up for the.
From where
No,
she's
but clearly,
talking,
yeah, but Toke is clearly on the support. It's clearly in support of the female gender in this
Yeah.
particular
Yeah,
case.
she's-
She's talking about the money and about equity, but it's a lie. She's like, you know what? This thing just makes me angry that Kelly has to pay a guy some money, which is ridiculous. I'm like,
And it's
pay the guy.
not founded on anything. is it?
Exactly, it's not even
What's
fair.
what's the reason?
Just because.
Can you
Because
pick
she
out
ends
anything
settlement.
from there? Just the way she feels?
Oh, for Toke?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
just
no,
where she feels
that
now,
she
yes.
just feels.
Okay.
Just
just
feels
So
bad about it.
if you can't really back it up with anything tangible, if law is law,
Yes.
then yeah, what's good for A should be good for B.
Yeah.
It's simple and fair.
Pay him up. Thank you very
That's all.
much.
And if you are the richer spouse,
Yeah.
oh, take part in.
Look at Ayo. Look at Ayo's face. Ayo's like, I beg.
You
I want to.
The
it's paying you.
the African blood in me cannot quite grasp it. But I do get, of course, it's only fair because that's the law. And I'm sure that she knew about it before she got married. Let's take some comments on YouTube. I didn't know YouTube was popping and I was looking at what's up. Okay, let's go to YouTube. So we have from Oshun Darey and Ifeoluwa, Esther and KPee, keep it up, Team Darey. You guys should let Darey sit now. That guy na legend. Sorry, Wale, that's why he's a legend. He actually offered his seats to his talent. So yeah, give it up for Coach Darey. Oladele Steven says, I have a bath once every day. So people are telling us their history. Most of them is once or twice a day. And then what Victor says is like 3 times a day that he enjoys it. Die, LOL.
Not the work.
So exactly. Olosko says, please help me ask. Okay, so this is a question for you, Coach Darey. Is the prize for Esther the winner alone, or the second and third also won something? You know, did they win? Was it winner takes all?
Well, the voice is always about the voice. It's about, yeah, it's a singularity something. So,
Hey.
So Esther has to pay for social support.
when she marries the other talent,
Brotherly support.
All right,
If
so
and when.
we have a comment from saying there's nothing there. If she has the money, why shouldn't she pay? So that's the Kelly Clarkson. And then we have from put your name please. But it says Darey. I remember when I and my roommate started watching from the blinds, we would be like, Darey is stingy and forming hard guy. But now I know
They're
the
dead. You see,
reasons
they're the ones I
behind
was
it.
talking
You see
about.
that one? You say they know the reason. I love hashtag Team Darey. Team, where is that team? Team, we know the turn. We know the turn anyhow.
Wait, you have to write it down.
We converted them. We converted them. They were abusing me before. I know them.
Yeah.
Darey, I have a question. I have another question for Darey. So I want to talk about the deal with Universal.
Yeah.
So make it clear. Is it like a distribution deal or a record deal proper? And then because it's 1 year, so I'm wondering how will a record deal work in that kind of in that
I
time
don't know.
frame?
That question is for Universal.
Yeah, but that's
Okay.
but I think that always this happens every time. All the shows
It's
have that thing
Universal
going on,
is
and the
a
albums come out
partner
like
with The
3-4
Voice globally.
years later.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a partner with The
So I
Voice
don't think the
globally.
album will be out in a year. I don't
Just
see that
as
happening.
YouTube is as
Okay.
well.
You know,
Yeah.
but they'll work on it, I think.
Okay.
But
Excellent.
they're getting
Thank
right into work. To answer your question, really,
Okay.
Yeah.
regardless whether Universal or local.
Okay.
Would be wrapping up with that actually in terms of the future for Esther and KPee. Darey's future is already bright.
In more ways than
Still
one.
upcoming, no.
That is fine. That is fine.
That is fine. That is super fun.
I'm still
Oh yeah,
looking
Darey,
for-
when is the next album, Darey? Actually, let's ask that.
The last one came out in October now. Have you people heard that one?
We have.
Way
Well, you
Home.
know that this.
What's
days
your
now.
favorite song there?
Now it's going to catch me.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That's the best way to
Good
catch
for
it.
you.
Sing it, one line.
Uh-huh.
One line.
You see?
I'm very disappointed always because
Yeah,
you have
actually.
you know
I
all
always
these
yes.
things.
And I totally know Darey's music.
Yeah.
Just a
Let
bad
me
thing.
know,
Just a
let
bad
me
So
thing.
know.
it's there.
That's it for
It's
you.
there.
My favorite.
All right.
Yeah, no,
Sure,
you can
let's
say it
quickly
now.
take
Let me
comments
know,
and then
let me
wrap
know.
up. We have to. I knew this conversation was going to be hard to keep within 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So Sean says on WhatsApp on the bathing. Use the word bathing. Well, if I'm going to be in any social situation like going out from that bathing, I knew the answer. Expecting guests etc. I will have a bath at least once. If I'll be home also, depending on whether there's light or not, I feel no bath. I brush every single day at least once, except those rare days you rush out and forget to. Then just buying chewing gum. Gee, this is the honest one. Then you want to be shy to collect money, 200k, not naira, or more times 1 million. Pay me my child support, alimony money. Nice one. All right, excellent. Okay, that's all we can take in terms of comments because we'd like to wrap up with speaking to Esther and KPee as to what's next. We've been tantalized by your voices, for the past, I think, how many weeks? 17 weeks or so. So how we want more. We want to hear your voices. We want to see you perform, KPee. I'm sure people, if you sell your ticket shows now, you'd probably sell out. Esther, if you sold your shows too, you would sell out. There's so much love for you. What's next for both of you? What should we be expecting?
Music, more music. Like my coach said, we've been working, different, songs, writing, having, just planning structure along the way, bookings and also, just expect more music from us.
Okay, so you're open to bookings now.
She was open from
From
like before. I'll start booking.
Please let your bookings come
Come
in.
in. That's good to know.
No, in fact, she's already here. Like, there's like weddings, people saying, "Oh, my daughter's getting married, and I want Esther to come sing and all of that." She's getting some of those already.
Esther sang at my wedding, by the way.
You see now.
So that's my claim to fame.
Very nice, very
Sang at
nice.
my, I know it's brilliant. It just had to be her voice. Yeah.
Did you pay?
Talk to my.
I wanted to say exactly.
Wow.
Esther, you better send the check now.
KPee, what
Let's
should we expect
backdate
from
it.
you?
So from KPee. From the show, I think I set a lot of high expectations for myself.
Yes, you did.
So I can't afford to rush and just do anything. I need to relax, find my sound, cook up with the best music, and then give my people what they can enjoy for a lifetime.
Excellent. KPee,
Ah,
even
that's
on this
nice.
show, you have spoken better than some guests.
Calm and collected. Honestly.
Established. Okay, let me not do that. Our guests are fantastic, but in terms of how your response, you're ready, and I love that. And that's the last question to Coach Darey. So the season is over, but we see from your posts that it seems as if you're a coach for life. What role would you begin to play in their lives going forward? So now that the coach is, are you still going to be their coach? What are you going to do for them going forward?
Okay, I mean, for those who watch the show, I'm very careful with the words that I utter, and I try not to commit to anything that I can't, fulfill. I did say that for me, them winning, is not just winning on the show, and that was before we even knew the outcome, right? To prepare their minds mentally to say, look, this is about winning in life, and I want to be there. When I told KPee that I want to be there every step of the way with him, I wasn't pitching to manage him. A lot of people misconstrued that. I'm not waiting concern me with management. My own is, regardless whether somebody else is doing it for him or whatever, I want to be there to make sure that he becomes a success. For me, each and every one of them, from Esther, KPee, Jeremiah, Ayomekun, Blessing, Rachel, all of them, is to see them win. Their success is what will make me happy, you understand? And then what we've tried to do as well to facilitate that, even before, while the show was going on, is boot camp. First and foremost, using my resources, network and all of that, having friends and professionals to, these guys, they tell you, they were in swimming pools, working on breath control. Yeah, you will see it eventually, we'll start sharing it on Instagram and all that, because we have this Team Darey family
Was that
meeting.
just for you as a
I was
coach,
doing
or was
that as my
a-
team.
Okay.
I was doing that as my team at a certain, even earlier on, as a bigger group. So as it whittled down and all that, it became a bit easier to manage 3-4 people, as opposed to everybody. So yeah, things like that, exercises, life tips, we take it on Instagram every Sunday now.
Yeah.
We do our family
Family
meeting,
meeting.
and we get all sorts of people, from everywhere, legal, pastoral, entertainment and all that. Maybe even James Tyler's can come and, because they need to understand that this life and this world that they are going into, they have to be prepared prepared.
Absolutely.
You know, and the better prepared they are, the more successful they'll be.
Excellent. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to audition for season 4, and I know. I know
The voice is open to professionals, so people should not forget that.
That's what you're trying to say.
Yes, it's open. That's what I'm saying. Like, you are a professional. Yeah.
No, we're ending the show. Okay. Plug out.
Wait, sorry. I have a question. KPee and Esther, one artist you would like to work with?
Each.
Okay.
One,
Yes.
just a single one. Each.
They said
Right.
I have plenty of.
Just say one.
One.
Of course, if you had asked me, I would have answered on that.
Oh, Sinat. Oh,
Sinat.
fantastic. KPee.
Give me fire, bro.
Hey, nice
Very
one.
nice. Very, very
Excellent.
nice.
Thank you for ending on that note. Thank you. We're so out of time. And I'm going to stay in this studio in case we will get into trouble. But yeah, please plug out James Silas, Oris, and of course the
James
just one
Silas,
final
James
word.
Silas, on Instagram, Facebook. So you can say Twitter now, even though But Clubhouse everywhere. Holla, let me know you're from Grapevine now. Holla back. Peace.
All right. It's Kachuris on in those days on Twitter, and it's Kachurisgram on Instagram, and that's about it.
Excellent. KPee,
So it's
Esther.
this KPee everywhere. THISKPEE. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Thriller, YouTube. Even the ones to come.
I am Benyeogo. IAMBENYEOGO on all platforms.
Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you. And we are at Smooth
course.
981 on
Darey
all
is Darey.
platforms.
Yeah.
Darey
now.
Darey now.
Or Darey Atalade.
Excellent. All right. Thank you all so very much for being a part of the show. We've had such an amazing time. If you came in later, as I see some comments, you can go back and watch the show. We're going to post it immediately on our YouTube channel. Next up, we have some great music lined up for you. So stay smooth. Stay here on Smooth 98.1.